The Drunkard and the Opium Addict. Once upon a time, in a village not far from here, there lived a drunkard and an opium addict. Both being outcasts of society, they became the best of friends. Of course, they had no house of their own and spent their time in the various rest houses of the village. Except for one. There was one, near the cemetery that was believed to be the meeting place of ghosts every night. Well, one evening, the drunkard was drunker than usual and decided to avoid his friend's warnings and spend the night at the cemetery rest house. And he brought with him many pots of toddy, palm toddy. And as he reached the rest house and sat drinking, he became drunker and bolder. His mind more alert. He did not feel like sleeping at all. It was about midnight when 2 or 3 ghosts came into the hut. But before they could suspect that he was a human, the drunkard calmly said, "Hello, fellows, are you late today or am I early?" The other ghosts came in until the place was pretty much full. And, well, one of the ghosts looked around and said, "I smell human flesh. I suspect the presence of a stranger. Why not count us?" suggested another ghost. The drunkard at once stood up and shouted, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All correct, all correct. Murmur, murmur. The ghost murmured, but believed him and settled down to talk about various matters. "Did you know, gentlemen," one talkative ghost said, "that underneath where I am sitting lie buried 7 pots of gold?" The drunkard carefully noted where the speaker was sitting. The talk went on until dawn, and the ghosts went away. The drunkard dug up the 7 pots of gold and became very rich. He bought a huge house and lived in luxury with his friend, the opium addict. Now, the opium addict, however, was not satisfied. He wanted to have 7 pots of gold of his own. So he pressed his friend the drunkard to tell him how he had found the pots, and when he learned what had happened, he decided to go spend the night at the rest house himself. Well, he went there and was full of opium and became very sleepy, and when the ghosts came into the house at midnight, he was half asleep. Other ghosts came in until the house was full, and just like the last time, someone said, "I smell human flesh." Another ghost reminded the company of how some nights before, a human being had been present in their meeting and had run off with the 7 pots of gold after listening to their talk. Now, a third ghost stood up and started to count the company, and all the time the opium meter was too sleepy to do anything. The ghosts had been suspecting him the whole time and realized he's a human being. So what they did was they pulled his nose until it became a full 3 yards long. Then all the ghosts left the rest house without saying anything more. The next morning, the drunkard found his friend at the cemetery rest house, half dead with fear. The drunkard helped the opium addict to his feet, and they went home. And as they walked through the village, all the villagers roared with laughter at the 3-yard-long nose of the opium addict. "Friend," consoled the drunkard, "I will go tonight and find out the cure for your long nose." Night came, the drunkard went to the cemetery rest house, and after fortifying himself with many pots of toddy, he waited until 2 or 3 ghosts came in and said cheerfully, "Hello, fellows. I came early, hoping to find a human being in the rest house again. Last night, I had no fun at all, for you people just crowded around him and gave me no chance to get at his nose." The ghosts laughed. They never suspected him. When the ghosts had all assembled, one ghost suggested that the company be carefully counted, as once again he could smell human flesh. But the drunkard, alert as ever, stood up and went 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, all correct, all correct. The ghosts believed him again and started to talk. "By the way," said the drunkard, during a lull in the conversation, "we did have great fun last night with that fellow's nose. Out of sheer curiosity, I want to know whether the nose will ever be the right length again?" Well, yes, answered a wise-looking ghost, provided, of course, that the right remedy be applied. If the fellow touches the tip of his nose with a pestle, the nose will shrink half an inch. And if he does that repeatedly, it will be the right length again. The drunkard quickly changed the conversation. When the ghost had gone away with the morning dawn, the drunkard returned to his friend, and the opium addict was glad to hear the news. The opium addict treated the elongated nose with a pestle, careful not to chew it too much as it would be too short, and eventually it was the right length again.